Though many of these testimonies of battles in the Bible are very real, brutal, flesh and blood conflicts, they have a much more spiritual significance and metaphorical meaning in this age especially. The righteous army which fights for the Lord need not worry about the outcome, because while they distract the enemy, God will set an ambush to vanquish the ungodly with his hidden host of angels. This is a very important, albeit conventionally withheld issue, emphasized by Jesus, which will be elaborated on much later. God's host of angels are flanking the enemies of his people, and will break holes through the defences of the unjust, should they choose a broken path reminiscent of the children of Ammon, Moab and Mount Seir, who are doomed from the beginning. They chose an incongruous pursuit of the innocent with only malicious intentions. There is no justification for this level of hatred, and consequently they were outsmarted by a highly underestimated and formidable adversary. To pursue the weak as if hunting an animal, yet instead of killing, the intent is merciless, utter destruction of their soul, is the most unholy of acts. Aggressors like this should also be prepared to be hunted by the strongest of armies, the armies of God. A force to be reckoned with. Appearing foolishly optimistic in their actions and beliefs, the armies of God are often underestimated and treated as though they do not pose much of a threat. Ironically, and as is often the case in spiritual warfare, the unfaithful fail to understand that the devoted army are already fighting a battle, flanking the enemy. While Satan exhibits countless spectacular, albeit destructive distractions, God and his army are laying an ambush to destroy all the ungodly, which again will be explained later in chapter 10. To be Christian is to be superior on the battlefield. The strict laws of the God-fearing armies grant them the winning advantage in any battle, physical or spiritual. Their industrious beliefs encourage them to work harder. Fasting is another one of their beliefs, which has huge health benefits and gives them more time to perform their duties and enter the spiritual realm. They believe in abstinence, refusing alcohol, drugs, fornication, etc., which are wasteful and incapacitating. They care for one another, which is teamwork and essential in battle. They worship God, the greatest weapon of all. They are constantly fighting for a cause of winning souls to Christ ever since deciding to follow him. They have fighting spirit because the Holy Spirit is with them. They are not distracted by their enemies, provided they are vigilant. A faithful and devoted army such as this is one to be feared, respected, and never underestimated. This way of life does logically make the God-inspired army the stronger fighting force, with the winning advantage. This advantage allowed Jehoshaphat's men to outsmart their attackers by diverting their attention with songs of praise. The path Jehoshaphat's enemies followed was their weakness. Their nation, built on sin, mistakenly thought this led to prosperity. But their path of destruction had no direction, just as Pharaoh's army that pursued Moses and his followers through a path beyond their understanding, only to draw closer to having water come crashing down on them from all sides. This is a repeated ploy throughout the Bible, one where the enemy is drawn out and an attack is made from the side.